We're now going to answer part B of this question, which says if x is 0 to 2 pi, find the x-coordinate of the other point of intersection of the two graphs. Okay, so let's come back here for a second. We've just figured this out. So let's just write down what we know. We know that we've got y is equal to cos of x, and we've got y is equal to 1 on the square root of 3 sine of x. And we're told that we need to find the points of intersection between these two graphs. So we set them equal to each other. Cos of x is equal to 1 over the square root of 3 sine of x. Like that. Now, we need to find the values of x for which they intersect. We already know one of them. We already know one of them is pi on 3. We need to find the other point of intersection. What I would do here is I would, and I'll write this down, divide both sides. Actually, I'm not going to do that. The first thing I'm going to do is I want to get it. Let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to times this side by the square root of 3. I'm going to times this side by the square root of 3. That will go away with that, which will mean what I'm left with now is the square root of 3 cos of x is equal to the sine of x. Now you might be thinking, what on earth are you doing? But wait with me here. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to divide both sides by cos of x. And you're probably still thinking, what are you doing? But hang on, we're nearly there. Now, I've got the square root of 3 is equal to, now what's the sine of x over the cos of x? That's the tan of x. So what x values give me the square root of 3? Well, that's going to be what values? So tan of what? So we could even draw for ourselves a special triangle here. Special triangle. And we can say, all right, we've got the square root of 3, 2, and 1. What angle is going to give me square root of 3 out? Well, it's opposite over hypotenuse, right? Opposite over adjacent. So it's going to be this one right here, pi on 3. Opposite over adjacent. So it's going to be pi on 3. Perfect. And that makes sense now as when we come up here, because that's what we got over here. It's pi on 3. So you might be thinking, well, we didn't get very far, did we? But now you have to think. Think about this. In which quadrants do I get the square root of 3 out for tan of x? Well, I get it here at pi on 3, but I also get it down here at 4 pi on 3. Because remember, in the first and third quadrants, I get positive tans out. So therefore, my answer is going to be when x is 4 pi on 3. Because this is the first, that's the second time I'm going to get tan of 4 pi on 3 as being the square root of 3. So you have to think about which quadrant you're in order for this to work. So which quadrant are you in? So when I'm in my third quadrant, I know that this is 4 pi on 3. So that's kind of how you should think through this question here. So a really great question that is really getting you to think through what you know. All right, I'll see you in the next one.